Hello students, hope you are safe and sound at your home with your near and dear ones. Welcome to English class. I am Sarita and today we are going to start lesson number 2, the Tsunami of the book Honeydew. This chapter includes some stories of courage and survival during the disastrous happening of tsunami. Let's first go through the video of tsunami. As you have seen in the video, tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. So one such kind of natural calamity occurred on 26 December 2004. At the time when it happened, it affected many areas of Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. Do you know what is an archipelago? It is a group of islands. Kachal is also a part of Andaman and Nicobar Island. Kachal is also an island. So our first story is from Kachal Island. It is of Ignatius. Ignatius was a manager in a cooperative society in Kachal Island. When in the morning tsunami happened, he felt the tremors. Tremors means slight shakes. So when he felt the tremors of earthquake, he immediately understood that tsunami is going to come. He took his television set off and put it on the ground. Then the whole family rushed out of the house. In this disaster, unfortunately, he lost his wife, his 2 children, his father-in-law and his brother-in-law. Can you imagine how deeply affected Ignatius was? He suddenly lost his family. The next story is related to Sanjeev, who was a policeman in Kachal Island. He was able to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter. But when he heard the cries of help from his cook's wife, he jumped into the water and they both were swept away. So the next story is related to Meghna, who was a 13-year-old girl. She was swept away with her parents and finally she was found walking onto the seashore. She saved herself by climbing onto a wooden door and she was saved by this. She saw the relief helicopters 11 times, but they did not see her. The next similar story is of Almaz. Almaz was a 10-year-old girl. She was living with her parents in Port Blair and she was a student of Carmel Convent. So Almaz and her family were sleeping when earthquake came in the morning. Her father felt the earthquake and she woke everyone up. And the whole family rushed out of the house. As they ran, Almaz's grandfather was hit by something on head and he fell down. Almaz's father ran to save him and suddenly they both were swept away. Almaz's mother and aunts were clinging to the coconut tree leaves and they were calling out to her. Suddenly, a powerful wave uprooted the tree and they were also washed away. Now Almaz was alone there. Almaz saw a log of wood and she climbed onto it. And finally, she was saved and she found herself in hospital. So these stories of Ignatius, Sanjeev, Meghna and Almaz were from Ketchel and Port Blair Islands. Our next story is related to Tilly Smith. She is from England. As you would have seen her pictures, her looks are suggesting that she is a British schoolgirl. Tilly Smith was celebrating Christmas in Thailand with her parents Colin Smith and Penny Smith and her younger sister. So when she was celebrating the Christmas at Phuket beach in Thailand, she saw the water receding and she sensed that something was wrong. Her mind kept going to the geography class which she had taken 2 weeks before. Her teacher had shown her a video of tsunami which affected Hawaii Islands in 1946. So in this chaos, she started screaming badly. Chaos means confusion. She started screaming hysterically. Her mother, Penny Smith, understood that something was wrong. She told her mother that tsunami is going to come. Her mother took her to the hotel and the family took refuge in the hotel, in the resort, on the 3rd floor of the hotel. So, other tourists were also there near that beach at that time. They also left the beach and their lives were also saved. The building withstood the surge of 3 tsunami waves. Surge means a natural force. So the force of waves is called as surge. So the family took refuge in the hotel. Refuge means temporary shelter. They took refuge in the hotel and that resort, and that they took refuge on the 3rd floor of the building of the hotel, and the 3 tsunami waves, due to these 3 due to this they were saved. So like this, Tilly Smith was awarded and she had won many awards for saving lives due to her heroic action. So in this chapter, one strange thing also happened during that disaster. The domestic and wild animals, they fled for safety. It is believed that animals have 6th sense. They can sense the coming disaster. So now, one more belief was there with them, which scientists were believing, that animals can feel the vibrations of the earth beforehand, so they ran to safety. Dogs refused to go out. Even domestic animals were fleeing from low-lying areas to high-lying areas. So like this, 150,000 people were reported dead, but not many animals reported dead during this disaster. So this was all about the chapter, children. Let's have a small recap of the chapter. This is the story of the disastrous happening of tsunami. In this story, we have 7 main characters. Ignatius, who was a manager in the cooperative society in Ketchel Island. Sanjeev was a policeman in Ketchel Island. He lost his life. Meghna and Almaz. Meghna was 13-year-old. She was swept away with her family. Even Almaz was swept away, but they both were saved finally. And Tilly Smith was the luckiest girl. She saved herself and her family and many other lives also. This calamity happened on 26 December 2004. And Tilly Smith was celebrating Christmas in Thailand with her family, and she remembered the video which was related to Hawaii Island tsunami struck, and this is how she was saved, by remembering that video which was shown by her geography teacher. and then finally she was saved. We came to know many new words here: archipelago, group of islands; tremors, slight shakes of earth; chaos, confusion and noise; resort, a kind of place where people go for vacation, or it includes hotel also in this with some other facilities; refuge, temporary shelter, as his Tilly Smith's family took refuge in hotel; surge, a powerful force. So children, this is all about the lesson. In the next video, we will be discussing about the question answers of the same lesson. Thanks for joining me. Keep smiling and studying. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.